Hi everyone, it's Holly and welcome to my bookshelf tour. So technically I have 6 bookshelves, but I'm only going to show you 4 of them today. One is my TBR shelf, and I won't be showing that because I relatively recently did like a TBR shelf tour, and then I'm not going to go over my romance shelf because that I also did very recently. So let's get started. The shelf I'm looking at right now is my main shelf, and my tripod is not nearly tall enough to go all the way to the top. So I'm going to try and hold you up, and I'll try and be as steady as I possibly can. I'm going to show the covers. I'm sorry, I just don't have the time to do this, but I want to do a bookshelf tour every December, so hopefully next year. So at the top of this bookshelf is my Cassandra Clare collection. So Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess, and then the Shadowhunters Codex. And then here is the Mortal Instruments, so City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. My Dystopians shelf, so it's like Christmas, so I have it decorated. So I have Unravel Me on display because I think that's a beautiful cover. Let me just move that out of the way. So there's The Darkest Minds, Never Fade, The Selection, The Elite, The One, and then stacked here are Unite Me, Shatter Me, Ignite Me, Legend, Prodigy, Champion, The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay. I have Divergent, Insurgent, Elysian, For Darkness Shows the Stars, and then Under the Never Sky, Through the Evernight, and Into the Still Blue. My contemporary shelf starts, so I have Amy and Roger's Epic Detour on display, so let me just move that out of the way for you. And in general, these are in alphabetical order, but sometimes it gets a little weird. So there's Trust in Me, Wait for You, Be With Me, Stay With Me, Fall With Me, Forever With You, all by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Oh, and then Scorched by Jennifer L. Armentrout. That's different series. Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. The Breathing series by Rebecca Donovan. So Reason to Breathe, Out of Breath, Barely Breathing. And then here I have this like stack of paperbacks. So I have, can you see them all? I think you can. Willow by Julia Hoban, Slammed, Point of Retreat, and This Girl by Colleen Hoover, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, If I Stay and Where She Went by Gail Forman, One More Chance and Take a Chance by Abby Glines, Girl at Sea by Maureen Johnson, Rosebush by Michelle Jaffe, The Bermuda's Triangle by Maureen Johnson, My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick, On Dublin Street by Samantha Young, The Secret of Ella and Micah by Jessica Sorensen, and Harder by Robin York. And then I have Wild Cards by Stephen Alcalaz, What I Thought Was True by Huntley Fitzpatrick, The Duff by Cody Keplinger, Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella, and Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. And then to finish up my contemporaries, I have Nowhere But Here by Katie McGarry, Take Me On by Katie McGarry, Say What You Will by Cami McGovern, Meant to Be by Lauren Morrill, Dairy Queen, The Off Season, and Front and Center by Catherine Gilbert Murdoch, Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins, My True Love Gave to Me, which is an anthology edited by Stephanie Perkins, Fangirl by Rimble Rowell, and This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. And then we move on to paranormal reads. Let me move this candle. So down here I have the Covenant series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So it's a little novella, Damon, Half-Blood, Pierre, Deity, Elixir, another novella, Apollyon, and Sentinel. And then the first 3 Vampire Academy books, Vampire Academy, Frostbite, and Shadowkiss by Rochelle Mead. And then the Sweet Trilogy, and then the other book, Evil, Sweet Peril, Sweet Reckoning, and Sweet Temptation, all by Wendy Higgins. And then The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. I have Spiritbound by Rochelle Mead. This is a different binding than my other books, which is why it's separate. The Kingdom Keepers by Ridley Pearson, and then my Rick Riordan books, which I like don't ever know where to put these on my shelf, so they're just in this paranormal-y section. So The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. And then I just realized these are out of order, but I'm not going to fix them. So I have The Lost Hero, The Blood of Olympus, The House of Hades, The Mark of Athena, and The Son of Neptune. And then Paranormalcy, Supernaturally, and Endlessly by Kirsten White. Nevermore and Enshadowed by Kelly Cray, Hex Hall and Demon Glass by Rachel Hawkins. I did just read the third one, but I don't put my read books up here until I do my wrap up. I actually keep them on my TBR shelf just so that I don't have to like ruin my bookshelf like all the time. I just have to do it once a month. And then The Mediator, or Shadowland and Twilight, the first and sixth books in the Mediator series. I asked for the rest of them for Christmas because there's going to be another one, yay, next year, so excited. And then Codename Cassandra by Meg Cabot, those are all by Meg Cabot. This is part of the like 1-800 Where Are You series. So then down here things get a little weird. This is like my historical fiction-y section, so I have The Other Countess by Eve Edwards, and then Venom, Belladonna, and Starling by Fiona Paul. Let me just move these out of the way. And then we go into my fantasy books, sort of. I have Eon and Iona by Alison Goodman. At the top there I have the Uglies trilogy because it doesn't fit on my dystopian shelf. So Uglies, Pretties, and Specials by Scott Westerfeld. And then The Two Princes of Bamare and Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. Anna Burning, River Secrets, and Forestborn, all by Shannon Hale. Defiance by C.J. Redwine. Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Oh, these are definitely out of order. Bitter Blue, Fire, and Graceling by Kristen Kishore. And then here is this beautiful little artwork I just bought the other day. It says, "Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful." The Ring and the Crown by Melissa De La Cruz. The Winter's Curse by Marie Rudkowski. Falling Kingdoms by, what's her name? Morgan Rhodes. Crown Jewel by Sherwood Smith. And then my two like sci-fi books, The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey and Across the Universe by Beth Revis. So this is sort of my adult shelf, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little busted right now. I'm filming this right before Christmas, and I have a bunch of Christmas stuff laid out for me. So right here I have a picture of my sister and me. I'm just like not gonna show that. So these are my Sophie Kinsella books for the most part. I have 20s Girl, Wedding Night, Remember Me, Shopaholic and Baby, Mini Shopaholic, Confessions of a Shopaholic, Can You Keep a Secret, Shopaholic and Sister, Shopaholic Ties Knot, Shopaholic Takes Manhattan, and Undomestic Goddess. And then this is just my jewelry box with all my Christmas jewelry laid out. I don't apologize because my apartment is dark to begin with, but which is why my lighting always sucks, but especially right here with this being a dark bookcase and where it is in my apartment, it's especially dark. So like I said, this is like my adult shelf. It's also where I keep some nonfiction books. So I have Dave Barry's History to the Millennium, The Amber Room and the Romanov Prophecy by Steve Barry, and then this cute little thing that my college roommate got me in Japan. Every Boy's Got One by Meg Cabot. Insatiable and Overbite by Meg Cabot. Actually, I should probably get rid of those. Whatever. Most of my Alice Clayton collection, you'll see the rest later. The Unidentified Redhead, The Redhead Revealed, The Redhead Plays Her Hand, Screwdrivered, My Tied Up, and Nuts. Jane Austen Book Club by Karen Joy Fowler. Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. Stardust by Neil Gaiman. Stone of Tears by Terry Goodkind. Dedication by Emma McLaughlin and Nicole Krauss. Sundays at Tiffany's by James Patterson. This is actually just like an empty dust jacket. The book is somewhere else. It's a Miss Piggy book. Attachments by Rimble Rowell. And then this is a planner and a coloring book I just got. I have Emma by Jane Austen. My sister is currently borrowing Northanger Abbey and Pride and Prejudice, and then Persuasion is on my TBR shelf right now. The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. This kind of goes into like more classic-y books. The Silmarillion The Hobbit, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King by JRR Tolkien. And then this came in a box set and they came numbered, but I disagree with their assessment of how to read them, so I put them in the order I believe it should be read. So I have The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, The Horse and His Boy, The Magician's Nephew, and The Last Battle. The Jolly Christmas Postman, The Bible of Unspeakable Truths by Greg Gutfeld, You Don't Need a Title to Be a Leader by Mark Sanborn, The Jolly Postman, Carolina, The Secret Garden, which this is kind of like a little chintzy book version, Corduroy, this is a Wreck-It Ralph little book that my parents got me, Chopsticks, which is like a graphic-y novel kind of thing, the King James version of the Bible I got several years ago from my aunt for my English studying, and this is actually like the prettiest Bible. It's like Kelly green and pink, it's so pretty, and it's got silver edging. And then this is a bind up of fairy tales that I had to write in a college class. I have another bind up for another class somewhere, and then my Outlander because I didn't know where to put it. Super dark down here, and I'd have to take my camera off. I'm not going to do it. This is my Harry Potter collection, and then all of the Maximum Ride books by James Patterson. Let's just say that. And then I have a guide to Wicked from when I saw it, and this is a book about the Opryland Hotel in Tennessee. So this is actually like not really a bookshelf. Let's be honest. My TV stand, like hello TV in my window. But it's actually like the old hutch part of a computer desk, but it works really well. So over here I have, most of these are like my favorite books, or the books that fit really good over here. This is my Allie Carter collection. It's gonna get you closer. I don't know. With some turtles on top. So we have High Society, and then Uncommon Criminals and Perfect Scoundrels, and then here are the Gallagher Girls books. I'd tell you I love you, but then I'd have to kill you, Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy, Don't Judge a Girl by Her Cover, Out of Sight, Out of Time, Only the Good Spy Young, and United We Spy. And then I have a bunch of like hardcover fantasy sort of kind of series. Oh, it's so dark, I'm so sorry. I have Born Wicked, Star-Crossed, and Sister's Fate by Jessica Spotswood, Cinder, Scarlet. I figure Cress and Winter will fit in here fairly well. And then Alienated and Invaded. I'm so sorry for the lighting. And then this is like my favorite romance novels shelf. And it's like loosely in, oh no, I think it is in alphabetical order. Go me! So The Ugly Duchess by Eloisa James, When the Duke Returns by Eloisa James, To Pleasure a Prince by Sabrina Jeffries, a crap ton of Lisa Kleypas, Again the Magic, Secrets of a Summer Night, It Happened One Autumn, Devil in Winter, Scandal in Spring, Mine Till Midnight, Seduce Me at Sunrise, Tempt Me at Twilight, Married by Morning, and Love in the Afternoon. Those are all historicals. And then Blue-Eyed Devil and Smooth Talking Stranger, which are two contemporaries by her. And then probably my three favorite Julia Quinn ones, which you can't really see, I'm so sorry. The Viscount Who Loved Me, An Offer from a Gentleman, and 10 Things I Love About You. And it's like my favorites shelf. So right now it has my little Christmas tree on top with fake presents and a real present and a car that my grandfather made. So right here, this is where I'm keeping the books that I'm like currently reading, sort of. So I have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, which I'm currently reading one chapter of every night. When I'm done with that, I will move on to The Secret Garden. And then I'm pretty sure I said this. This is my favorite shelf. And it's pretty dark in here. So sorry. Let's see, maybe if I... Yeah, it's horrible. Sorry. So I have at the top Easy and Breakable by Tamara Weber, and then I have the Lux series. So I have Obsidian, Onyx, Opal, Origin, and Opposition. When the month is over, I'll put Oblivion over here. The Program and the Treatment by Suzanne Young. Over here I have the Bloodlines series. So I have Bloodlines, The Golden Lily, The Indigo Spell, The Fiery Heart, The Silver Shadows and the Ruby Circle. And then behind the stocking, is the rest of my Alice Clayton collection. So I have Wallbanger, Rusty Nailed, and Last Call, which are the Caroline and Simon books. And then here is the last set, so you don't have to deal with this darkness much longer. Pushing the Limits and Crash Into You by Katie McGarry, Hopeless and Losing Hope, Maybe Someday and Confess, all by Colleen Hoover, this other edition of Secret Garden, and then this other edition of Confessions of a Shopaholic. That at the end is just a notebook. Thank you so much for your patience. Like I said, I'm sorry for some of the poor lighting. I do plan on trying to do a bookshelf tour every year, and like in December I think, and hopefully next December maybe I'll be living somewhere else with more lighting and more space so my bookshelves don't have to be like randomly cramped in places. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good holiday, whatever it is. Bye!